I'm live. Just in another bowl. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Welcome to Club Win, y'all. Come on in. Come on in to Club Win. Welcome on in to Club Win. Let's get some good music going on. I realized last week I didn't play a lot of good music. This week I want to play some music. Y'all come on in to Club Win. Some celebratory music, some dancing music, because it's always something to celebrate, no matter how small. Always something to celebrate. Let's see. My go-to is some good upbeat music. I'm here for the Afrobeat, y'all. Let me see. Let's see about this one. Uh-oh. Always with the ads. I'm this close to getting it without the ads. Okay. There we go. It is hot today. Happy Friday. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome to Club Win. I hope y'all brought y'all fans tonight, because we celebrating. We're not going to be here all night like we've been for the past few weeks. It's Friday. I'm on vacay. This is my second round of vacation. I didn't go work out today, but I'm going to be working out in the morning. You know what? Let me share the link. Let me share the link in a post. Y'all come on in, come on in. Come on in. I'm just grabbing the link. Invite. Come on in, come on in. Happy Friday. Come on in to Club Win, y'all. Come on in. Happy Friday. Welcome to Club Win. I hope y'all got y'all a fan, confetti, or something to celebrate yourself with. Some good music. We celebrate ourselves every Friday, and we take it from Club Win and learn to celebrate ourselves daily. So I want to hear some wins y'all had this week, no matter how big or how small. And our theme tonight is celebrating our wins in the midst of our doubts and fears. We talked a week or two ago about celebrating our wins in the midst of setbacks, and then we talked about comebacks. And this week we're talking about celebrating our wins in the midst of our doubts and fears. Y'all come on in to Club Win. Feel free to drop your name in the group chat. Not group chat. Start dropping your wins in the chat. Hey. Stephanie 57 joined. Can you hear the music? Some dancing music? Can you hear the music? Just need to dance a little bit. Kick things off. I'm dropping the link in the chat. There we go. Starting to be a pro. During COVID, fun fact, during COVID, I used to use Streamer all the time when I did some the wellness education systems or sessions, but the system was managed by our marketing and communication specialist, Madison. If you're out there any day, you might see this. Hey, Madison girl. So I'm getting better at using StreamYard on Fridays. Let's see. I'm going to share this. Just need to dance a bit. Y'all come on in the club win. Oh, up here, there it go. Want me slipping. Let's see. Let's put the link in there. Edit. Oh, no. Let's see. Let's paste that link in the post. Is you going to let me paste the link? Okay. All right. Let's see if it hyperlinks. It hyperlinked. Yeah. That's a win right there. I was up. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Get back up here on the screen. Let's return. Let's paste it like that. Let's see. Yeah. Learn how to navigate these here YouTube streets. I hope y'all had an amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. I was on another screen. Add you to the stage. Well, hello there.
Look at me.
Hello there.
Sticking straight up. Hey, girl. Hello.
Happy Friday.
Oh, I need to put you on this.
Is my niece still there or
honey.
she left?
Yes. Yeah, she cheers.
Cherish.
Come here, girl.
Cherish.
You don't win the bag.
Cherish.
Come up here and say hi to your auntie.
Oh, hi.
Hey, baby girl. Can you hear that music?
Hi.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Where your fan? Where your fan? We on Club Win tonight.
She ain't got hers.
I don't got mine.
Grandma know
You
how
gotta do it to the
pop
beat,
her
Mom.
pants.
You gotta do it to the beat.
I can't hear it that much, that well.
I don't even know what a speaker is on this tablet.
Is that YouTube approved music?
Well, don't put that into the universe. I put it on every time. It be straight. Now, this is the longest I played it. I normally play a little clip.
I ain't gotta put it into the universe. YouTube will.
Y'all come on in the club win. Where's the where do you go find the approved YouTube music? Because even when I go and I do my stuff and it says that is good, it still sometimes get copyrighted.
It is. It's in the YouTube. It's in the YouTube studio, and you have to. It's other places. You know, you have to find. You have to like go to the other places and find it.
Yeah.
But I have to show you how to go and find YouTube approved music. Like some people do lives, and they play like whatever music they want to, but afterwards, then they erase their lives. Because they don't be using it. They don't be using it for watch hours. They be doing it just so they can have like a little party or something.
Right. That's what I'm here for. For the party. The lives are for the party. But yeah, I think I found that one time, like when you said studio, it brought back a memory of me pulling some music from YouTube when I was creating a presentation for my staff. and I put some music behind some pictures and videos that I created, like a slideshow I created. So I have to go play around with that. But y'all come on in the club win. Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Happy Friday. Come on in. It's hot over here. I don't have the air conditioner on because it's loud. So it's a little hot. It's a little hot. Huh?
You a little hot?
It's a little
I
hot.
said you're a little hot.
Yes, a little hot. So this week, our focus on what we're celebrating, and you can choose to do this or you can go your own way. I'm all about kind of going with the flow. But the theme for this week in Club Win is highlighting your wins, the wins that you have, the wins that you've achieved in the midst of your fears and your doubts. That's the focus for this week, okay? Because we done conquered some stuff this week. This week. So we're going to talk about how we push through fear and doubt, and we highlight those wins for ourselves to keep it moving, to keep it pushing, keep building up on that progress. So do you have any wins this week you want to highlight that go along with that topic?
Where do I start, sis? And you say, I heard you when you was, before I got on here, you was talking about pushing through. What's the theme is pushing through fear?
Yep, your fears and doubts. Your doubts and fears.
What? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. So my win this week was that I start packing.
Yeah.
I started packing.
Yeah.
Like Sunday, I packed my shoes. Yes.
Yeah.
My side bedroom is all packed.
Uh-huh.
And I had to I don't want to call it a fear, but I had to kind of like talk to myself through it. Well, I was talking to my parent, and I was talking to Coach Sherry, the lady that's doing my resume. I was telling her how, and I think I mentioned it to you earlier, how I had to tell myself, like, I got all those decor because I decorate the house for the kids, every year, every season. Not every year, but every season. And it and I was like, when I was getting rid of the stuff, I'm like, well, maybe you can. No, I had right when I said maybe you can, it's like, no, sis, when you going into a real grown-up girls, real grown-up lady space, okay?
Yeah.
There's not gonna be no kids stuff. This is a grown-up space. So all your decor is gonna look grown up. I seen these flowers right here. I got to steam those off.
That wall is looking so empty, by the way.
It is.
It's looking so empty.
The shelf is gone now. Used to be right there.
It is.
And the board that used to be right there.
Oh my goodness, that's wild.
Yeah, that's all gone. And chairs filled in the holes with the putty stuff.
Chair. She learned that from her dad. All right, Chairs, that's a win, babe.
That's a win, yes.
She learned that from her dad. My baby brother is a general contractor, and he has been bringing his kids up in that work and teaching them how to do that. So eventually they'll have their own HGTV show. I told him now a year or so ago. So I'm speaking that into existence right now, and y'all can clock me. Y'all can clock me for it when it happens. An HGTV show. Him and his kids. And I told him he could start it right on YouTube. And he do have a YouTube. I forgot his name of his YouTube, but got stuff to help him with that, his YouTube channel, so he can start his own. Because the way HGTV pick you up is when you make your own noise. You make your own visibility, and then they see you got an audience and they pick you up. So you keep it going, Tom. Congrats, Cherish. Look at you.
Yeah, she done went back in the girl. She done went back in the bag.
That's all right. She can watch the playback.
Yeah, so that was my win. Was I talked to myself through that today. Like I said, we took down all the shelves, and I'm glad I did because them things was dusty. I was like, But
I hate dusting.
so
Oh,
I know I do too. So I really feel like now I am on the journey to getting this house together. So that's a win for
yeah,
me because
yeah,
it's been a struggle, It was like an up and down, but it's like it's a win. My other
yeah.
win is that I did 2 miles. I did another 2 mile walk yesterday. Win, 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 win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
I can never get enough. That was my cut. Don't get me started. My 20s and early 30s. Don't get me started. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes. And now my mindset is, I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. My mindset has shifted into this new season of my life. And
Yeah.
that's a win because my mind has been all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
My mind
Mm-hmm.
has been like, like, man, you 50. That's why now on some of my videos, I put 57 and starting over,
Yeah.
57 and moving for real,
Yeah.
57 starting a new life, a new journey,
Yeah.
because I have come to terms with it. I've
Yeah.
come to grips with it. And I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like. And I'm all for it. And that's why I was like, Coach Sherry had already sent me the changed resume that she fixed for me. So,
Yeah.
but I needed to get back in touch with her so we could finalize everything. And so this week, I told myself yesterday, it's like, listen, don't go another week
Mm-hmm.
or a few days without calling her to finalize this so you can get this resume and get started. Because my other friend is going to help me to go on the right website to get into these school systems and put in my application. So
Mm-hmm.
I need that resume so I can connect with her so we can do this. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
like, listen, this is up to you, sis. This is your walk. This is your
Yeah.
journey. You have to take these necessary steps and finish the stuff you need to finish, even in the midst of packing, even in the
Mm-hmm.
midst of going to school, finish and trying to continue working towards my cum laude.
You got it. You got it.
And still working and still continuing to stay on my weight loss journey. So I got a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on mentally that I'm trying to stay focused on, and everything has preparation, everything has
Yeah.
steps. And so it's a lot of wins. My wins might be small, but they wins for me if I keep myself on task
Yeah.
and not get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hey, sunflower.
Hello. Happy
I so
Friday to you.
grandma. Hello, hello.
She said, I'm my grandma favorite child.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
your
young
whole
lady.
name?
She's a young lady. She's a
Yeah.
young lady that I met in another lady's chat.
I
Uh
love the fact that you
yeah.
have that as your username on YouTube. I am my grandma
Sunflower.
favorite child.
Oh,
Love that. How are you, Sunflower? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Club Win. Welcome in. Here at Club Win, we celebrate ourselves, our weekly wins, no matter how small, because we often overlook all the amazing things that we're doing, even at the small incremental levels. Let's see here. She said, yes, but do you know what I did to Yolanda? Do you know her? You know Yolanda?
yeah, I do. I don't know what she
Okay.
did to.
Okay. We're gonna
So
keep
what's
it
some of your
moving.
wins?
Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. So my win this week. So my win this week was a big one. Okay. My win this week was a big one. So I applied for a job. This is the job I told you about. I won't give too much information on it, but I applied for a job probably in, I want to say it was April. And the deadline was like at the top of April. And I learned about the job maybe like 2 or 3 days before the deadline, before the job was going to close. The job listing was going to close. And I seen the job, and I'm going to tell you why it's a big win. I seen the job, and I immediately, when I was reading through it, first of all, it was for a place that I've been wanting to work at for years. But because they were going through some changes, I also didn't feel as confident, and I felt like I needed more underneath my feet as far as experience, sharpening my skills, tailoring my knowledge, and making sure that I would be the best candidate for whatever position I was to go for at this organization, this agency. And so when this job listing came up, I was like, okay, first of all, it's the agency I've been wanting to work at for years now. I've made great connections over the years. The specific department that is looking for this position to be filled, it's a department I already. It's a department I already work with in many different facets, like in the community, on committees. And then I also, the role that was open, that role was something that I would have never went for years ago. It wasn't even a role that was on my radar years ago. But as I've been developing myself in public health, so for those of you who don't know, I've been in healthcare on and off since I was the age of 18. I'm a natural born helper, natural born supporter, advocate, liaison. And so healthcare just always seemed right for me, like starting off very early on, so much so when you're in high school, your last 2 years, you can pick which trade you want to get into. And the one of the options that was there was healthcare, and it just made sense for me. So I just went to healthcare. But the healthcare teacher, she wasn't that great, and so they opened up a new program in my senior year, and it was on education. But let me tell you how it all played out. I then transitioned from, I did healthcare in 11th grade, did education in 12th grade. But my career after high school, the path was healthcare and education. And through my desire to help people, to support people, essentially what we're doing here on Club Win, it was created because I want to help people. I want to support people, and that's through celebrating people and encouraging folks. And so
Yeah.
with hi, Nicole, good evening, happy Friday.
Hey, Nicole.
Happy Friday. Yes. But all in all, my career in healthcare took me to the route of public health. And so I'll say that this agency that I applied for back in April, again, it popped up like 2 or 3 days before the closing. And guess what, y'all? I went for it. Now, this is the essence of the topic today. Nicole, I don't know if you've seen it, but our focus today is on celebrating our wins in the midst of our doubts and fears. And so my story time for y'all tonight is how that has played out for me in real time with this specific situation. But this is often how I go through my life and I elevate past my doubts and fears. And I keep growing and I keep going, and I go even if I'm unsure. I go even if I'm doubtful, if I'm fearful. I go. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to go, and sometimes I miss opportunities at that moment because I've doubted myself so much. I done played the thoughts in my head as to why I wouldn't be qualified, why I'm not ready. I got to get one more certification. I got to get one more degree. My mom, Stephanie 57, Journey, she'll tell you, I'm always getting degrees. I'm always getting trainings. I'm always getting certifications and licenses and stuff like that. So this time around, before this time, I had missed so many job opportunities making what I wanted to make simply because I felt like I wasn't ready and I wasn't the best candidate, not even knowing who else applied for the job. It's like I canceled myself. Nobody denied me the job. Nobody told me I wasn't good enough. I never even heard of or knew the other candidates, before I even gave myself a chance, I stopped my own progress because I was in my head. How many of you all out there do that? You're in your head and you stop yourself from going for opportunities that has been made available to you that's actually perfect for you. And yes, you might not know everything, but I'm telling you, after my years of working with all different type of leaders, all different type of people from all different walks of life, there is no one, regardless of their title, regardless of their credentials, regardless of their years of experience, no one knows everything.
Right.
No one knows everything. And so this time around, when this thing now, like I said, I have missed a lot of job opportunities, making 6 figures plus, in fields that I went to school for and all of that. But again, mentally, emotionally, I was not confident in myself. I was until I wasn't, because life happened. So I was
Right.
confident, and I've been going for stuff. I'm an overachiever. I'm super ambitious. So I push and I go and I push and I go and I grow and I go and I grow and I go. But when life hit, I lost all my confidence. I was super insecure, super unsure, questioning everything, doubting everything, not trusting my instincts, not trusting my abilities, not trusting my own self, and my know-how, not trusting what I know
Yeah.
I have, which is it's been my superpower for so long. But when life hit, it knocked me on my butt so much so I lost confidence. So nonetheless, I didn't go for a lot of things. This one came up in April, early April this year. And because I have been working on myself with the help of therapy. Hey Gary, hey, happy Friday. Welcome to Club Win. We celebrating our wins this week. I'm just giving a little story time about how I pushed through and I celebrated my wins in the midst of my fears and doubt. So when this came before on the way to this opportunity, I had been working on myself through therapy and just building myself back up, gaining my confidence, trusting in myself, my decision making, and my abilities to do well in whatever I throw myself into. So we're talking about celebrating your wins in the midst of your doubts and fears. And so again, I missed a lot of opportunities, high figure positions, 6 figure and above, and getting the 6 figures have been a goal of mine for the last maybe 4 or 5 years. And I've had several opportunities where jobs have come across my LinkedIn that was nice 6 figures, low 6 figures to medium 6 figures. But I doubted myself and I blocked myself from those opportunities. I blocked my own opportunities. Nobody else did it. Mentally, I did that to myself because of what was happening in my world, right? So because I've been building myself back up, one therapy session at a time, I also got virtual therapists, watching my virtual therapist build, just doing the inner work,
Yeah. Yeah.
working on my own confidence, working on my own grit, working on my self mastery of skills, but not technical skills, the mental, emotional skills that you need to believe in yourself when you have never done something before, when you grew up in a family and the members in your family have never done it before, so you don't have people to pull from. That's been my experience. The road that I've been on, the arena that I've been playing in, if you will, is a arena. While many people in my family were healthcare professionals in some way, shape, and form, even my mother worked in healthcare, but no one in my family has been on this specific path before. So I haven't been able to lean into and get advice on how to navigate these systems and advance myself from people that I know, love, and trust, and people I know who are there to protect me, which is family. So I've had to lean on external mentors to help me along the way. And sometimes it's very hard to find mentors, like real mentors to help you. And sometimes people are so much so protecting their spot, they don't want to give you any type of insight and a leg up and support. And so it's very hard to do what you've never done. It's very hard to believe in yourself when so many people are doubting you and you don't have the playbook to achieve this thing. But I'll say you keep believing in yourself. Because let me
Come
tell you,
on here.
I hear this a lot. We doubt ourselves, but I'm telling you, I've done this before. Sometimes you got to be a little bit delusional. You got to be a little bit delusional. Okay?
What
Little
does
bit
that mean?
delusional. So that means essentially it's faith, but it's delusional. Like you have to believe that you can do something that you have never seen done in your
That's
periphery.
good. That's good.
Right? Through the people that are in your inner circle, your extended family, your community. I have never seen what I want to do done before from the people that I know, but I know it's been done before. So I have to tap
Mhm.
into those external resources and pull from that. And that's what I've been doing for years. So you all were able to help me to a certain point. But after that point, after you have reached your capacity for helping me, and I'm talking to whoever needs to hear this, you can only go so far with the people who raised you. And at some point, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone and trust others who did not raise you, who do not know you like your family do, but who knows the game, who know how to navigate through these systems to help you reach levels that you don't know how to get to. So my years of navigating healthcare, from being boots on the ground, a nursing assistant, to being a community health worker, advocacy, liaison, financial assistance, and now I am managing a health center, but I'm looking to, by the way, elevate and go higher and be full-time in public health and policy, because right now I do part-time public health policy through my committee and board work, but be full-time in public health policy. I have to tap into something inside of me that looks a little delusional. Right? It looks like you got to have some strong faith, because again, you don't have it all there, but you have the makings, you have the pieces and parts. Your lived, learned experiences have prepared you for this next step. So you got to believe in yourself. And I
Yeah.
say all that to say, I'm gonna pause really quick. I see Coach Sherry. Hi, Coach Sherry. She put, getting to those next levels without role models or mentors can be challenging. You ain't never lied about that. Mentors don't have to be right in your face. They can be through things you read, see, or hear. Let me tell you, Sherry. Let me let me get that fan out there. Coach Sherry, let me get that fan out there. Let me tell you something, Coach Sherry. You are so accurate with that statement. And I don't know if you heard this before you got on, but I had mentioned that a lot of my like therapists and my mentors are virtual, because where I am, it's hard to find mentors who are not at capacity. Right. So I have to learn grace for mentors that I'm close to, like in proximity to, but they don't have the capacity to grow me, to help advance me, to put me into opportunities in the spaces, because they have their own mentees. So I have to continue to grow myself and invest in myself. That's a key. That's a gem. That's a jewel. I need y'all to remember this. If nobody else believe in you, you got to believe in yourself. You
Yeah.
got to invest in yourself. You do
Yeah.
not have to wait for somebody to give you permission. You go
Mm,
for it, because if you know it, if you know in your heart that this is it, you know it in your inner being, you know that this is something that I am driven to. It is pulling at me, it is pulling me to it. That's God. That thing is in you for a reason, and you got to go after it. And I am telling you from
yes.
experience, I have been going after it throughout my career. At the early age of 18, I knew at the age of 18, working in healthcare, being a nursing assistant, only making $8 an hour, when they changed leadership, things start negatively impacting staff and patients. And I said at 18, y'all know our brain ain't even fully developed at the age of 18. It ain't even fully
Nope.
developed until about 26, 27. But at the age of 18, I knew it was a pulling, like, that's not right. I gotta go back to school. I gotta get up there. Actually, I didn't even say I gotta go back to school. I said I gotta get up there to where the leaders are making these decisions in healthcare, making these decisions that are negatively impacting their staff and their patients because they're not boots on the ground with us. So they are disconnected from what's happening. They didn't even come talk to us before they made these decisions. And they're not here experiencing these negative impacts of their decisions. So I need to be at these tables, talking to them, informing them, and helping them see their blind spots. Let me tell y'all something. I went on a journey of going back to school. I didn't know how I was going to make that happen, but the pieces have been falling into place. And like we know, life is the best teacher, and hindsight is 2020. You often learn your lessons in life by going through it, growing through it, making your moves. I don't really call them, I used to call them mistakes. It's all lessons learned, because you don't know what you don't know until you need to know it, right? So often you learn your lessons by just going through life and having your experiences and looking back and seeing the footprints in the sand and seeing that, oh, this was God's plan all along, because it came together so beautifully, not perfectly, beautifully. And it all informed where I am right now in this season, which is about to help me propel to the next one, to the next level. So Coach Sherry, I said all that to say, yes, that is an accurate statement. That's an accurate statement. Sometimes your mentors come from people you will never meet in real life. But we have so much access and resources at our fingertips, y'all. At our fingertips, y'all. So much access and resources. There is nothing holding us back but us. We are holding ourselves back. I tell my kids all the time, nobody can hold you back or block you but you. Your mind will play tricks on you. Our brain is powerful. Our brain is powerful. And this is a whole nother conversation. I can attest, it is powerful.
I tell myself that all the time.
On you. Yes. So you got to push yourself past your doubts, past your fear, because what's on the other side of your doubts and fears, I am telling you, I have lived it, and I am just getting started, honey. What's on the other side of your doubts and fears is all of your dreams, all of your desires, everything that you sit right now where you are, wishing and hoping and desiring and admiring those that are doing it. The reason why you admire is because you want it for yourself. All you got to do is tap into what was given to you. God gave it to you. God placed it in you. You just got to tap into it and activate it. Listen, I'm up here sweating. You hear me? I'm up here sweating.
Come on now.
Okay. So I'm gonna close that part up just by saying, y'all, I seen that job, and this time the win is I seen that job 2 or 3 days before it closed. And this time, because I have been doing all this inner work with building myself up, my confidence, and all of my virtual mentors that they didn't meet me, I didn't meet them, but I claimed them as my mentors. And guess what I did? I did it scared. I did it doubtful. I did not let my thoughts run away. I said, okay, yep, you unsure, but we still gonna put it in. Yep, keep thinking, brain, we still gonna put it in. Yep, I get you. All of that is true, but we still gonna put it in. Because if these opportunities keep coming back to me, I feel like that's God sending me 3 and 4 lifeboats that I ain't taking advantage of. So I'm hopping on one of these boats and I'm up out of here. Okay, it's time for me to go to the next level. Go to see what else is out there. Don't let yourself get stagnant and stuck. If you are unhappy in your life where you are now, no matter what it looks like, no matter what part of your life it is, you can start off with the smallest change. I have been going on a whole journey of changing. I have released so much toxicity out my life, and the more and more I release, the more and more I am open up to receiving. That stuff was weighing me down. And now I'm light. I'm lighter. And now I can be open to opportunities and see what was there all along. But I was so clouded by the toxicity that I was stuck in, the dysfunction that I learned to function in, y'all. We learn to function in dysfunction, and we get so cloudy, we can't see our way out. We can't see the opportunities that are there and the doors and windows that are open for us to go through, run through, jump through, so we can get to the other side of our greatness. Yes. So I'm going to tell you this. It does not matter where you are in your life. It does not matter your education level. Listen. We are in the technological age, okay? We're in the techie age. We have too much access to too much resources that our ancestors, our parents, those that came before us, whether they're here or they're going on to glory, they didn't have. So we have so much privilege. How dare we not take advantage of it to advance ourselves? Why we still poor? Huh? Why we still in poverty? How dare we not take care? Why we still going check the check? Why we still broke? Why, huh? Why we still struggling? We don't need to be. We don't need to be. It's so much access. It's so many resources. I am all on this this was not what I planned to go into. But listen, it hit me. It hit me. And I'm hot now. Now who else? Who else want to get up here and share their wins for this week? Coach Sherry, Nikki, Sunflower, who got some wins they want to share for this week? Share how you pushed through your fears and doubts and went for it anyway. Share how you did it scared. What y'all done did this week that y'all, and it don't even have to be this week because the example I gave y'all was in April. But what happened this week is that I had that interview because I did it scared. I did it scared.
But you did it.
I did it scared. And guess what? I left that interview and I said, no matter what happened, I did my happy dance downtown, happy dance. No matter what happens, whether I get the job or not, I still win. Because the key was that I pushed past my doubts and fears and I got myself unstuck. Because I was in a season where I was stuck. I was stuck being afraid. I was stuck being unsure. I was stuck being insecure. I was stuck. And the win is I am no longer stuck, honey. So let me tell you, they better be ready. Be prepared to be sick of me. Be prepared to be sick of me because I'm coming for it all, honey. I'm coming for it all, honey. Be
she
prepared.
said, be prepared to be sick of me. Look, why they decide, why Coach Sherry or Nicole is deciding whether they're going to come up here and say something to tell us about their wins. Yeah, you know, that's one of the things I always say is you have to work through your fear. Everybody is scared of something. Everybody is scared of something. Hey, this is what my journey that I'm on right now. This is scary. It's scary because I don't even know what's going to happen, but I know I'm going to land somewhere. And I know that God has given me grace. I know He's given me the ability to know how to work. He's given me the ability to work, and He's given me His wisdom, you know, and His wisdom and His knowledge that I've gained over the years. And so, even though it might be scary, I have set myself up to succeed.
Yeah,
I am an educated person. I am, you know, I done got some, you know, some certificates or whatever. And even before I was in early childhood development, I was in the healthcare field. So I can land somewhere, but I am determined this year, this season is going to be my best season. I don't care if I'm scared. I don't care if I'm this and that. But of course, like for the first like 4 months, I was wishy-washy. I was afraid. I couldn't really make a sound and solid decision. But once you make a sound and solid decision to do something, it is settled in your spirit. And that's how I felt like a month ago, like a couple weeks ago, that thing was settled in my spirit. So I am no longer operating out of fear. At first I was operating out of fear because I was scared. But when I make the decision to step out on faith and make the change and do something different with my life, I ain't operating in fear no more. Now I'm operating in the grace of God. Yeah. Okay. I'm operating in His grace now because I need for Him to open doors, to make things happen for me. I'm walking in faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I ain't seen none yet, but I know it's gonna happen. I know the doors is gonna open because I'm walking. And it's just like when we learned that, you know, when Jesus walked on water to come to Peter and them, you know, like when we walk on faith, we walking on water because we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's up under there. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really walking on water, but hey, it's a metaphor. We are walking on water.
Yes.
Because we walking by something that we don't know that's gonna happen, but it's something that we are hoping to happen. But we are walking in it with every belief that we have that I'm gonna succeed.
That's right.
I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna land somewhere. Listen, if you jump out of an airplane, you gonna land somewhere. Okay? And it all depends on how you have prepared yourself. Your preparation that you took before you jumped out of that airplane all determines on where you gonna land. Come on.
Yeah.
What you got in your parachute? When that sucker opens, what's gonna come out? What's gonna come out of that parachute? What's gonna show up? What is it gonna look like? You know what's gonna show up for you? I have prepared myself. I've been walking in this thing for 25 years. I've been getting education. I've been getting certificates. I've been taking care of folks. Working since I was 14.
Come on.
It ain't.
Come on.
What's to be scared of but fear itself. It's all it is change. Let's just change.
It's just change.
Let's
clock it.
No, it's the middle one. It's the middle one.
Just clock that. Oh, come on, yeah. Hey,
good evening, darling.
Yes.
I am loving that background because that represents knowledge.
Thank you.
And wisdom.
Yes.
Those mentors we never met. Love it. Well, welcome to the stage, Coach Sherry. You got some wins you want to share with us this week?
Thank you. Listen, I'm having I think I'm delayed or something. I think I'm delayed.
Oh, it could be. It could be with StreamYard. Sometimes that happens. But you sound fine to us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to come back in. Hold on.
Okay.
Do you have you don't have your
better.
other window open, do you?
Oh wait, I do.
You have your other window open in YouTube? Yeah, turn that one off.
Okay.
I always do that. I forget to turn the other window off.
Yes. Woo. That was about to drive me crazy. Yes, it's much better. Oh my goodness. I said, wait. I was hearing double. Yes. Hello, Michelle. Nice to meet you. And hi, Stephanie. What's going on?
Hey.
Happy Friday.
This is my lovely oldest daughter. That's my oldest
daughter. All right. Oldest daughter in the building. That's so good. The generation continues. I love it. This is legacy work for sure. But I've been enjoying this. I was just talking to your mother and she said, check out my daughter is having she has it every Friday. It's Club Win on Fridays. And, if you have a chance, check it out. So I just have a few minutes because I'm waiting. Dinner is being prepared. And so I'm going to get ready to break some bread. But listen, I think one of the wins for me is I went to a conference last week, and it was a 3-day conference. I went the last 2 days of it, and it was a women's empowerment conference. It was about business and branding, and periodically, I'm not going to say periodically. I haven't been to one of those really in a long time. And so I was like, let me see what's going on. What's the word on the curb? What's new? What's happening? What women I can possibly meet? How things are going to roll out. And so it was a really empowering conference. I learned a lot. They had some great speakers come in. It was women from everywhere, from Las Vegas to New York and every place in between. It was held here in Charlotte, and it was beautifully decorated. I love the ambiance, great conversations. And at the end of the last day, she had asked a question. And, a lot of conferences do this. I can't blame them if that's their business, but they want to charge an astronomical amount to be part of part of their business. It's not even their business. It's like a coaching thing or I don't even know what you would call it. I mean, you're not getting, it's not like you're selling anything or anything like that, but it's just to be part of their crew, where you'll be poured into, you'll have access to different things and people, and, you know, just to be able to level up, I guess. And so as I was sitting there, though, I'm thinking, I was looking around and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm relatively sharp. I'm sharp out here, you know.
Yeah, I know that's right.
I'm nothing to sneeze at. But sometimes you forget until you get into a circle or a situation where they're trying to say, you know, I'm gonna take you from this level to that level, and I'm looking like I'm even beyond that level. And you know, not to
like you can take them.
Exactly, because at breaks, at lunch and everything, sitting with the other women, and you know, they're trying to convince me to, you know, join their tribe or whatever, and I'm just like giving them knowledge that they didn't have, that I'm like, since you're part of this tribe already, so-called, you should already know this. I'm just saying, you know. And so that made me really feel more confident, I want to say. And it was interesting because at the end, you know, they gave us index cards and said, you know, if you write down an action step, something you would like to improve in your business, you know, write it out, because she did a good job with Q&As at the end of each session. And I asked for a second index card, so they knew I was going to have something to say. But at the same time, I said, there's no one in this room that can answer this. And that's what I told them when they tried to give me the microphone. I said, no, I'm good. I'm not going to share my question because no one can answer it here. I know the answer because I never wrote it down for myself. But writing it down, making it plain really helped me. I did stay connected with a lot of the attendees, and there was one that was in particular from Vegas that I had a lengthy conversation with her, you know, a couple of days after the conference. And it was interesting because a lot of things she was saying, she was like, I'm taking notes as you're telling me these things. And she sent me a text message yesterday, and I just want to see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Which was really interesting. I'm not going to read it verbatim because you know, this is worldwide.
Yeah.
But basically she was just saying that she had been speaking to let's say the owner of that particular business or whatever, and told her about how fantastic our conversation was that she had with me. And the owner was like, wow, I've been hearing that person's name a lot since the and, you know, could you connect me to her? Can you give her my information and ask her to reach out, and so we can schedule some time? And so the woman was telling me, I didn't feel comfortable giving your personal information, so I just wanted to share her email so that y'all can connect. And that's what I'm saying. Like what you're saying, Michelle, you know, you got to be bold with yours. You have to.
That's right.
You are and what you already have in you.
Yeah.
And don't try to let other people diminish that. Don't let them think that you need them necessarily to, you know, get to that next level, because you are good. You have what it takes to get to that next level. And having those mentors is so important. And I've been saying this for years, that Oprah Winfrey is my mentor. And she's my mentor for so many reasons. It's like, you know, her beginning, I love to see people elevate, come from like people not believing in them, but they believe enough in themselves to just keep going and to get to the level that she's at. I love it. And so I appreciate this segment that you have on your channel. I'm excited for you and the future that you have here in this YouTube world of things. And I'm definitely going to stay connected with you and recommend you. I'm actually let me share you out right now, as a matter of fact. So
thanks, Coach Sherry.
You're good stuff. So, and thank you, Stephanie, for the introduction.
Oh yes, thank you for coming over. I was like,
Absolutely.
I know you like, you know, you all about inspiring and building people up and helping people to be better than, you know, what they are, or even if they on a journey, you help, you know, you encourage to go forward, go for it, go up. You can do it, you know, step out. Because when she found out that I was changing everything, she was every word that she said to me is encouraging. She was like, Stephanie, you can do it. I was like, look, those little words right there, people don't know that they mean something, especially when you hear from somebody's heart. You know, when you hear words, encouraging words from people's heart, it reaches your heart. What comes from the heart reaches the heart. And it's like, you know what? I can do it. Even though I might not think that I can, that I know I can do it. Like you said, we know who we are. But at that moment, it's still sometimes it's letting go of the what we've always been used to. Just let it go. I don't believe in like the tarot cards or nothing like that, right? But this lady was talking about, I was just on her channel and I was listening to something that she was saying, and she was talking about my spiritual, not my spiritual sign, but my sign Libra, right? So I was like, I always be like, what y'all got to say? Let me know, because I know me, so I know who I am and what I be tripping on, so I know if y'all telling the truth or not. But she was on point. Like, I have been all over the place with my thoughts pattern. I couldn't settle because I knew it's like I just felt like it was time to make this shift in my life, but I wasn't settled on the inside, not being able to sleep and just like couldn't pull it together. And it was only because I had to still operate out of fear. I had to operate through my fear, through the unknown, through my holding on to something. But when the Lord is trying to elevate you and take you to another place and open up other doors for you, you got to let go of that other door now. In order to walk over here, I can't go over there if I'm still holding on to here. And so what she was saying that. She was like, you just got to kind of let go. I don't know what you're struggling with. I was like, how you know I'm struggling? Get out of my business. But she was like, but you have to let go. She was like, whatever it is that you holding on to, that you was making you unsettled. This is what she was saying. Whatever it is, once you let go, the other side, you're going to be prosperous. It's going to be good. I was like, all right, girl. And I got on off her channel. But and it don't matter. Sometimes you just need to hear that it's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to hear from people that love you and have your best interests at heart, to give you that extra to be like, you know what, it's gonna be all right. Even though I believe in God, y'all know I believe in God. I have faith. I step out on faith in many sections in my life. But for whatever reason, this is like another level. Being 57, got to let go of everything that I know to go into another. Now, if the government was to take it from me, I would have to do it anyway, right? Right.
That's the part right there. That's the part right there.
That's the part.
You want to be able to, anyway. Yep. You want to be able to get yourself unstuck and not reliant on your comfort zone and what you've always known. Because what I teach my staff and my kids, but first myself, is that everything that you desire, and I said it earlier, is outside of your comfort zone. Everything. Yes. So everything that you're afraid of it for a reason. For one, it's unknown to you. You haven't seen it modeled to you before in close proximity to you, but you have that desire for it because it's within you. You just got to believe in your abilities, the God-given abilities that has been gifted to you, and you got to tap into it. Now, I'm talking big talk right now, but it's because I done walked this walk. Okay. I still got me some fears, but I push through because my desire to achieve what I want to achieve is much greater than my fears. Me seeing what's on the other side is much greater than the fear. So I pull from that. I lean into that. Coach Sherry, I know you got to leave because you said it's time to break some bread, but I am big on uplifting folks and celebrating folks. Hence Club Win. So I would love for you to give a little overview of your business and how we can support you and follow you and uplift the work that you do.
Yes. So my channel is it describes what my business is. So my channel is about workforce development, career readiness, entrepreneurship, real life, real issues, and real talk. So I am a career coach. I am also a workforce development professional. I set up registered apprenticeships, and also I coach people through their life's pivots, be it going into a new career, starting a business, or even making their business that they have even that much more successful. I've been doing this for well over 20 plus years. My background is in real estate, real estate development. I also grew up in a brick and mortar business, so business is in my veins.
Yeah.
I love what I do, and I am one of the subject matter experts, I want to say, in this country for what I do. And so what I do for others is always an honor and a pleasure. It's my gift. It's my passion and purpose for sure. And so that's who I am in a nutshell. Coach Sherry is my channel.
Coach Sherry is your channel? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a website or anything you want to drop in the chat for folks to reference, whether live or on the playback? Because listen, as you were talking, I was like, oh, this was serendipitous. That I didn't know I was going to talk. I knew the theme that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't know it was going to go down the route that it did, and that most importantly, that you were going to be on here, and that's the work that you do. So I call those God moments. Those are God winks and God connections.
Yes.
So I'll definitely be tapping in.
All right, perfect. Yes, absolutely. It's pleasure. Y'all have a great rest of the evening. I'll try and stay tuned in. But when I'm breaking bread with my people, they just want me. You know,
family first.
Go enjoy your family.
Go enjoy
your family. Thank you.
All
have
right.
a great night, Coach Sherry.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
That was super amazing. Extreme, welcome, welcome, welcome. I love that comment.
She's an awesome lady.
I love that comment, Extreme. Great to see women uplifting and not arguing. Yes.
Uplifting one another.
That's what we're about here at Club Win. We're here to uplift and celebrate everybody. So not just women, men as well, children, okay? Because we all about the babies, because they truly are the future and the now. So we're here to uplift one another and share our wins. I invite my kids too all the time if they want to share wins. My daughter's having a hard day today, but she'll be able to celebrate her wins. And when my son is not working, I'll have him get on live and celebrate his wins. But anywho, so for those of you who haven't had a chance to share, if you want to come on stage and share any wins you've had this week that you want to highlight and share, or if you feel more comfortable to put it in the chat, please do, because we want to celebrate you, we want to uplift you, and we want to know how you push through your doubt and your fears to get to the other side of them and experience those wins, no matter how small. So earlier I gave the example of how I went for a job that I had been desiring to work for years, but I didn't believe in myself years ago because I had went through some stuff. So I also have the mindset that in order for me to elevate, I need more education. I need more training. I need more degrees. I need more credentials. And the more I have gathered in my life regarding education and training and specialties and all of that, the more I realize that credentials are great, but everything you need is already in you. So we really get credentials. Yes. We really get credentials. And Extreme, if you new here, we pop our fans. We pop our fans when we celebrate. I also got to get my confetti canyons, so I'll be popping those soon too. But what I have learned, so my background is in healthcare, and as of the last 5-6 years is in public health. And so what I have learned in all of my getting with the credentials, that's more so because societal norms, academia, the workforce is what they require, right? But I don't know if it's a scripture, but I know they say it in the church. God qualifies the called. He calls the qualified, or he qualifies the called. One of them.
He qualifies the called.
Yes. So that means it is in you. Whatever it is that is pulling at you to go for, but you're afraid to do for very valid reasons, mind you. I want to pause here on this. It is very valid. Your fears are valid because your fears is often attached to your learned experiences. Okay. Your learned experiences. So you could be fearful of something that wasn't even your fear. You done took it on somebody else's fear. That's a thing. Okay. So your fears are valid because it's the unknown. You've never experienced it. You've heard other people's experiences. And so now it has you afraid to go for it. And I share that the level that I am going to the level I am right now and the level I'm going to, I haven't had that modeled for me from through the people that I love. So although I have people in my family who worked in healthcare, no one in my family has went to the level where they are an executive, a CEO, or they're running public health agencies, or they're in the government, like government officials. So and working in policy, that's the work that I'm doing, right? And in order for me to get to the level that I am now and go to the next level, I mentioned earlier, sometimes you got to be a little delusional, because you got to believe in you in a way that you got to believe in yourself when nobody else believe in you. And you got to believe in yourself in such a way that I know I can do this. I know I can learn this. I know I can acquire these skills. I can make these connections. I can place myself in these rooms. Let me tell y'all something. Coach Sherry said it when she was up here. She went to a conference. Now, as somebody who loves education and training and certs, all that, I love conferences because I love the gathering of minds. I am a big ideas person. One of my big skill sets is ideation. I love coming up with ideas and experimenting and brainstorming sessions. And so a conference is just my jam. And so when you go to places, I often tell my brother this too. I've told my sister this before, but I lead by example as the oldest. And if any of y'all are the oldest out there, y'all get what I'm saying. Sometimes you're breaking a lot of the chains, a lot of the barriers, and modeling for your siblings. And so through my experience of doing it scared and going into rooms where I feel like a small fish in a big pond or a big ocean, however that saying goes, where I feel small and that my title isn't high enough. I don't know enough. I don't know enough people in this room to feel confident and comfortable. That's where you learn and grow the most. Because you're not the main one with all the information. You are being exposed to those experiences because God is preparing you. It's a reason why you gravitate towards what you gravitate to. So pay attention to what's pulling at you that's going to challenge you to level up. If what is pulling at you is keeping you stagnant, keeping you stuck, and keeping you in your yesteryear, that's not what God has for you. God has greater for all of us. Greater for all of us. We ain't supposed to be living in poverty, y'all. We ain't supposed to be checking it, struggling. Okay, suffering. No. That's not God's intention for us. God's intention for us is to what? Is to prosper, to live well, long, okay, to do great work in this earth while we're here.
Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans for you to prosper and be happy. It's not those exact words, but definitely to prosper.
Yes. To prosper you, yes, to prosper you. It is not, this is not God's plan. It is not God's plan. It is man's doing when we are struggling and suffering and stuck. But the great news is God always have an answer. And sometimes I tell myself this and others, my kids, sometimes you just gotta trust yourself. You gotta trust yourself. And sometimes we have a hard time trusting ourselves. So you gotta build trust with yourself. And know that you can do it. Know that, it's hard. It's hard, Nicole. It is hard, Nicole. Being the oldest is no joke. It is a struggle. And that second part of your statement is the pressure, the overwhelming pressure that is on the eldest child. It is to learn and do all the things so you can save your siblings and help them have the best lives. I know that pressure well. I know that struggle well. And it's helpful to talk to other people who are the eldest siblings because they also understand that pressure of I have to lead by example, because when you are younger, your parents tell you that you have to lead by example. And so you carry that through your life. Like, I cannot make these mistakes. I cannot mess up because I have to lead by example. And that weight is put on you as the eldest. And you carry that, and it's hard to break from that, and it can become your identity. So therapy has been helping me to release that It is not my responsibility to save my siblings, although I love my siblings and I will never give up on them. Sometimes you need a little break from them, but I will never give up. But through my through the teachings of therapy and the word, I am learning that there's only one savior. There's only one savior. We are here to help support one another, but there's only one savior. And I want to help my siblings, but I cannot live their life for them. So the best thing we can do is just model, is provide support when they reach out to it, but not to drown yourself trying to save people. I have lived that life, honey. So I agree. It is very hard being the eldest. But I am encouraged, and I believe that eventually they will find their way, and it will be in their own timing, and they will take the journey that they have to take, because it's going to get them to where they need to be. Because we sometimes, as the eldest, we step into the parent role. We ain't the parent. We their sibling. So I would encourage you to release some of that pressure from yourself, Nicole. And I'm still going through my journey of releasing that. Your siblings are going to be okay, and sometimes all you can do is love them, and love them from a distance, and support them when you can support them, but not drown trying to save. That's when you give them over to God.
Yeah.
I'm often like, Lord, I'm gonna give your kids back to you, because I done did what I can do. You take them, Lord. You help them, because I don't know what else I can do. I have done everything I know to do. And therefore, if it's not working what I know, that means it is on you. You got it. You say you got the whole world in your hands.
Listen. I done found it. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. He do not want us to. He want us to have peace and not of evil, meaning be bogged down with other people's mess. Okay?
Yeah.
No, other people's problems, other people's they dysfunction. They lack of knowing how to talk to you and treat you. That's not peace. Anything that comes into your life to disrupt your mind, your atmosphere, that ain't peace. That's somebody else's stuff. If you set yourself in a place where you have settled, like my house is my peace. My house is my I set the ambiance here. Okay, every Friday when them kids leave, I turn off them cartoons and I turn on some good neo soul music, or I put on some gospel music. Okay, that gives me peace. That brings my mind out of that work mode, and everything. But the Lord wants us to have peace. He knows the plans that He has for us to have peace, not evil, not other people's stuff. He knows our future and our hope. He knows our dream. He know where we going, and He know where we been. Yeah. And He knows our hope. He is our hope. He has given us hope. He has given us light. He has given us, whatever we need for the journey. But before we go on the journey, we got to let go of that baggage. Even in me, letting go of my past and letting go of all this stuff around me. But when we got other people in our life that's bringing us down, I don't care who it is. Hey, girl, I don't care who it is. We gotta let it go. We gotta separate ourselves. And sometimes it's our family. We gotta separate ourselves sometimes from our own family in order for us to have peace. And it's okay. And it's okay.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Gary.
Hey,
welcome.
It's still lagging on my end.
You sound good on my end. You sound good over here.
Oh, do I?
Okay, you sound good. What do
I do? Do I just turn it down?
No, you just talk. We see you. We hear you.
Yeah. Are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
I can hear Stephanie.
Okay, when we go on to There is another window open. You got two windows open.
What if
I don't know how you're gonna get to it, but
she probably have to close
that's
out.
what happened if you do that.
Yeah, she probably have to close out her YouTube when she go through the StreamYard.
Yeah,
link
you have
and
to close out
YouTube.
yeah. You have to close out your other window that you were on in order to come up on and not to hear this one. I had to learn that too. I'm like, why do I hear echo? Why am I lagging? That's why.
Yeah,
it's two
on
windows.
our end we can't hear, but
it's hard if you're on another device. It's hard when you're on your phone. You got to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, true.
But yeah.
So I know she'll come back on. I know she want to share about what she put in the chat. I didn't realize some of the stuff she has said, so I definitely want to give her the floor to express that, because releasing that will definitely free her and lighten her load, because it truly isn't your responsibility. You can do what you can do, but you can't force people to be better. Oh, trust you me. That is a journey. That is a journey.
We know that.
It's a struggle to just accept. It's the acceptance of it all and releasing that from your internal mode of operating. I can write a whole book on that.
But you know what? It is always ultimately up to us how long we gonna continue in that space. It's up to us. You know what I'm saying? Because God gives everybody choices. Heck, you know, salvation is all about a choice. We all have a choice. No matter, it's like you said, I've been there too. You can't love somebody enough for them to love you the way you choose that you want to be loved. If it's your parent, you can't love them enough for them to change their thought process and their thought pattern. It's ultimately up to us how long we gonna continue to let people take advantage of us or treat us bad. And like I said, even if it's your parent, that's hard. But if your parent is bringing you down and causing you mischief with your brother and your sister, it's causing you all kind of problems and causing you to be unhappy and bringing your continence down, then you're gonna have to separate yourself. You have to separate yourself from them until you get strong enough to be in their presence and not take on their spirit, because that's their spirit, that's their stuff, that's they lack thereof, whatever it is that they're going through, and that's their stuff. And it's the hardest part, of course. You know, me and you've been through this. Is when you living with somebody in the same house and when it's your spouse. But how many years that's still a form of abuse. It's mental abuse, physical abuse, and it's emotional abuse. How long are we going to continue to let ourselves go through all three of those abuses? Like, you know, heck, I stayed in marriage for 17 years until he gave me a reason to leave, you know? But a lot of times we stay in dysfunction until that other person, party, or people, place, or thing give us a reason enough that we just say enough is enough, I'm fed up, and you leave. How about if we just understand who we really are and love ourselves enough? And I'm saying this for me too and everybody else. Just think about if we loved ourselves enough and thought about ourselves first, not to let people, places, and things take away our happiness. If we are the one that decide to make the conscious decision to walk away from it, you know what I'm saying? That takes strength, that takes courage, that takes knowledge, and that takes really, really knowing who you are and what you want for yourself. I don't want this for myself. So I'm not really going to waste my time. Like, I'm 57. I was 50 when I finally walked away. And what I said a couple of times is like, dang, I wish I would have walked away early. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I'm 50 now. I done gave you 17 years of my life, almost some, how they say the best years of my life, but
yeah,
the best years of your life is what you make it.
yes,
You don't give anybody the best years of your life. The best years of your life is what you make it. Heck, sometimes your best years of your life is when you by yourself.
Yeah,
when you by yourself with
real.
yourself, so you can learn how to have fun, learn how to
That's real.
and learn how to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We have to learn how to love ourselves. And then listen, the sky is the limit when you learn how to love yourself and know who you are. If you have a whole bunch of baggage on you, ain't no way you can reach the top of that sky. You can't do it. It's gonna be the journey is gonna be too hard. You're gonna keep on falling down. Every time you see yourself up, here goes something just knock you back down. But once you lighten your load, know who you are, love yourself enough to not carry, and we weren't even made to carry it. All of that stuff is depressing. Mm-hmm. It's depressing. It gives you, it just all these that negative energy. You can't even get up if you got negative energy on you.
And let me tell you this.
How do you get up when you're light?
Let me tell you this, going off this one point you just said, we're gonna pause what you just said right there, but build on it to get back into the topic part of our discussion, which is that's all a distraction. And that's what I have come to understand about our life's journey. Yeah. Right? Our life's journey.
Yeah.
So if you are in situations that have you stuck,
distraction.
Regardless of if it's a romantic relationship or if it's a professional relationship, if it's your internal relationship as a result of your learned experiences, let me tell you, if it has you stuck and in bondage, it is a strategic distraction to keep you from achieving all the great things that God has for you. And that's the part that we have to get to understanding. Yes, we have to get to that understanding. But sometimes, like I said earlier, you are so in your dysfunction because you learn how to function in dysfunction as a way of it's a way of I'm blanking on the word, but it's a defense mechanism.
A coping mechanism.
Yep, a defense and coping mechanism. Yep. So you learn how to function in dysfunction because yes, you don't fully know, love, and trust yourself yet outside of the company you keep, whether it's romantic or professional, so on and so forth. So it's so important that we eventually like the unveiling of it all happens where your mind is no longer cloudy. Your mind is no longer like, for instance, when I would drink or eat, I would drink or eat as a response to my emotions because I did not want to feel those emotions. Like I've said on many lives before this. And so most times we are eating, we are drinking, we are smoking, we are scrolling, we're pornographing, whatever it is, because we want to be distracted by the feelings that we're feeling because they're so heavy. And it's because, like I was going to say Stephanie, like Stephanie 57 Journey said, it was not meant for you to carry. It was not meant for you. It was not meant to be in your world. Sometimes, and I remember at a very early age, they taught us, people are in your life for a season and for a reason. And sometimes we hold on to people, places, and things too long.
Too long.
We have stayed way past the expiration date. Clock that.
Yep.
Clock that. We have stayed way too long past the expiration date. Let me tell you when life started. Let me tell you when life started to, first of all, it got scary before it got better, but now it's better. It got scary because I had become codependent on my ex-husband. I had become codependent on my job. I had become codependent on my credentials. So when things start being removed, it becomes terrifying. When your eyes open up to the reality of your situation, it can be terrifying. And for me, it was heartbreaking to see it for what it really was. But the grace of God is that he holds your hand through the scariest and toughest of moments. And
Yes,
he helps
yes,
you
sis.
realize how beautiful you are, how amazing you are, how smart you are, how brave you are, how I think I said how smart, how competent you are, how brilliant you are. Like you have so much in you, so much greatness in you that he's put in you that he wants to help you see it through. He wants you to help he wants to help you realize the greatness that he put in you so you can then see it through and see the
Yes.
fruits of your labor. Let me tell you, I
Thank you,
forgot, I want
Michelle.
to say, I forgot which pastor says this, but they say, I think it's Michael Todd. They say some along the lines of, don't you want the reward for all the pain and crap you done been through? Don't you want the reward? So you don't want to stay where you are. You want the reward. You don't just want to be hurt and in pain and stuck all your life. You went through those things, those seasons for a reason. But it was never to stay stuck in there. It was to go through that experience so you can get to the other side and then help somebody else that's coming up from behind you who's struggling with the same thing to know that they can make it so they don't give up. So it's
Mm,
so important as you're going through this life that you have your walk. You have your walk with God, and through that walk, God will help you see yourself through his eyes. I can only say that because I'm actually going through that journey. I could not say that clearly or have the verbiage to say that before I ever went through this. So I just want to provide
yeah.
encouragement. And I know that's what my mom, Stephanie 57 Journey, is doing as well to Nicole and anybody else that are out there, because we went through our own journey and are still going through our own journeys as we continuously get unstuck, because we both had our experiences with being codependent on people, substances, places, things, okay, which includes our house, our TV, our couches, food, relationships, like, right? So you want to be able to build some confidence within yourself and learn to love yourself. And as you learn to love yourself and you really believe in yourself and you build that confidence in your abilities and your stick to itiveness and your drive and your determination and your ambition, and realize all the things that God has for you, let me tell you something, you will bust through doors you were afraid to walk through before. You will bust through them. If you go to the beginning of this conversation when I
Come
said
on
they better
now.
be prepared to be sick of me, because now that I made that one step to go so I can grow, and I went scared. Oh my goodness, it is a feeling that you get on the inside when you go scared, when you do it scared, when you press play scared, when you type
Yeah,
scared,
yeah.
when you say yes scared, when you go scared. It is a power that comes over you. It's a feeling that comes over you. And you know that you can do it and nothing can stop you, not even you. And you tell yourself, like I told myself as I was doing my resume, as I was applying for that job, I said, yep, brain, okay, I got it. We still typing. Yep, I know. We still putting it in. Yep, I might not get it. We still going for it anyway. Because it ain't about me
We
getting
still
it or
gonna
not.
do it.
It's not about me getting it. It's about the fact that I'm going for it. So whatever the result is, whatever the result is. But the key to remember, if I can go for this, I will go for that. And then if I go for that, I will go for that. And you see where my hands is? They're getting higher and higher. If I go for that, I will go for that. And before you know
Yeah.
it, you are at a level you have not even imagined, simply because you were a little delusional. Delusional is just another word for faith, y'all. I just like saying delusional like that. You were a little delusional. You flipped that thing on its head. You flipped that narrative in your head that your brain wanted to keep you stuck, having you fearful, having you think that you couldn't do it. And you prove yourself wrong, because we stop ourselves and block opportunities that God has for us way before anybody else do it. We shut ourselves down from going to
Yeah.
the next level because our disbelief in ourselves, because we don't believe, we're not confident, we're unsure. But do it unsure. Do it with insecurities. Do it with fear. Do it with doubt. Because the
Yeah.
more you do it scared,
Yeah.
the less scared you will be, and the more you will do. Clock
Yeah.
it.
The better you
Clock
get,
it.
the
Clock
better you
it.
get at stepping on faith.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I hope that has been helpful for somebody out here. If you are watching this on the playback, put this thing on when you are doubting yourself, myself, and any other virtual mentors. I done pulled from a lot of mentors over my years that helped me push through my
Nicole
doubtful
crazy.
mindset. Okay. Yes, Nicole. I'm a little, you know what, Nicole? But also I
She's
understand.
something
I
else.
also understand. I also understand, Nicole. Yes, but push through. Push through. Get out your comfort zone. And let me tell you something. I'm not 100% out my comfort zone, but I'm closer to 100% than I was before because I've been doing it scared.
That's
I've been
right.
doing it sure. And I'll tell you this: the more you do it, I tell my kids all the time, and my staff, and myself first. If I just take one step, God will take 3, 5, 10.
Come
He
on,
meets
come
our
on, come
effort.
on.
God meets our effort, okay? You don't have to have all the answers to go. You don't have to have all the answers to start. You don't have to have all the answers to move forward. You just have to go, even if you go unsure. Go unsure, take that step. God will take 3, 5, 10 plus. And the doors and windows start opening themselves up to you. I'm telling you, I will have to do a whole recap when I do my recap of the first half of the year or my recap of 2025, how I seen this in real time, very early on this year and last year. The more steps I took, the more opportunities made themselves available for me, to me. And I'm telling you, I didn't even have to work for it. People start putting me in places of opportunity. Oh, Michelle would be great for this. Have you met Michelle? She does great work here. She will be a great addition to your board. She will be a great addition to this committee. Please send her an invite for this. My life has been changing at rapid paces, so much so sometimes I'm like, oh, just this week, even after the interview, I need to tell y'all that because I didn't tell y'all that. Even after the interview, I start having so many doubts that I could do the job. I start being fearful of success. I start being, you know how they say people are fearful of failure?
Mm-hmm.
I was being fearful of success. What if they call me back and say the job is mine? What if they say, yes, we want you on the team? Can I really do this job? Am I really prepared for this job? I don't want to mess up. I don't want to underperform. I don't want them to think that they made a mistake. My mind started right after I celebrated, right after I finished. I literally finished the job, walked out, finished the interview, walked outside, was like, I killed that. Did great. That was a great interview. One of my best interviews. It was just like a discussion. It didn't even feel like an interview. It was just a great conversation. My first interview, I was completely authentically myself. Killed it. And then here come the thoughts. After I do my little happy dance and I get in the car and I'm like, I'm about to go treat myself to lunch because, oh yeah, I am on vacation. I'm sitting there I'm off the water on the lake. It was literally yesterday. Off the water at a restaurant that sits off the water on the lake downtown. And sitting there and taking it all in. It's a beautiful scene. It's sunny. Not today, it's a little gloomy, but it was sunny. I was by the water, the boats. It was just a good time. Right after I celebrated, and while I was having my celebratory lunch, my first meal of the day, I broke my fast like around 1-ish. And here come the thoughts start to mess with me, telling me, give me those doubts. What if? And then all my happiness, all my joy, all of my proudness started to go like this. And then it started to be like, oh man, I started to doubt. But then guess what the other side in my mind, guess what the other side of my mind started doing without me saying a word. Every thought that came up against the greatness that I could do at that job, another thought came up and said, whatever you don't know, you'll learn.
Come
Whatever you
on
don't know,
here.
you'll learn.
Come on here.
It just kept saying it. Whatever you don't know, you'll learn. You will grow
Girl,
as you go.
That's your Holy Ghost was stepping in, pulling down those negative thoughts and placing every negative imagination. God was grabbing captive of that thing, placing it up under his feet. Okay. You got the power. You can do all things through Christ, which strengthens you. That's the main thing. No matter what job we go to, don't nobody go to the job knowing everything. Even the CEO. They got to go in there and learn the company all over again.
Yep.
You go in there with knowledge, but then you still got to go in there and learn. We have to go learn. That's why I'm excited about going into the school system. Even though, I know it's going to come with some challenges, but my excitedness is going to look. Some of the things that I'm excited about is that I don't have to work through the summer. I don't have to on Christmas
I know that's right.
break. I have a couple weeks off. I can have day, every holiday I have off. I got professional days off.
Yeah.
Paid. Listen, the good, we gotta, like, in every hard situation, there is a positive in it. So we gotta see the good in the bad, and when you do that, then everything gets clear. Like, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Some people don't like their jobs because for real, they just been in it for too long and they haven't learned new stuff to bring to it, to make it exciting, to make it more, more. I understand working with kids can be a challenge, but what are you bringing to it? Like, and you can continue to bring stuff to that, bring positive stuff to that place every day, and then somebody is going to be somebody negative that's just going to try to pull you down. But after a while, with you continuing to be that light, you shine brighter than that negative stuff. Nobody is always going to have good days. But after the 25 years that I worked at my own business and in my own house, hard getting days off, because I'm always working for the parents. Yeah. So when they get jobs where they don't get a lot of time off, so the only days that I have off is the major holidays and days that I just started taking off. I'm like, listen, I ain't working on my birthday no more. That's a major holiday. That's my born day. I ain't working on Juneteenth. I made the decision I ain't working on Martin Luther King's Day. I work on President's Day, but I ain't working on Martin Luther King's Day. Okay. But listen, it's like, take control. We have to take control of our lives. We have to take control of every situation that we in. And that whatever situation you in is what you make it. It is what you make it. And I could stay, I could have continued to do daycare and be, make it as bright and happy and everything. But it's like, it's time for a change. When it's time for a change, you have to know. You have to know when it's time, when the season and your dispensation, your era, your aura, when it's changing. And so you got to get on that wave and you got to ride it and you got to change with it. If you don't, God is trying to put you in another place and you steady holding on to this place. We stagnating ourselves. I'm blocking my blessings. I remember I told you how much that I was making. You was like, Mom, you've been on your job for too long. You got too much education to be making that type of money. And I was like, what's this? What's this? And my money all depends on whether I get the kids to whether I have kids that come into this area or whatever, if I go out there and try to, get them or whatever. But I realized after taking this baby that I'm kind of over taking care of babies. I've been taking care of babies for a long time. So you have to know. You have to know when it is time for you to switch, when it's time for you to change, when it's time for you to come up a little higher. I'm ready to teach on another level.
Yeah, come on here.
I'm ready to teach on another level. Not
time
just
level up.
Yes, I'm ready to get uncomfortable. I'm ready to get uncomfortable and level up, because when you level up, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable until you learn how to do it. Right. And you make that level your own until you come into your own on that level. And so I'm ready. I'm ready to.
I'm so excited for you.
If I start off as an assistant teacher, if I go into the school, I'll start off as assistant teacher. If I go into a daycare, I can start off as a main teacher. I kind of don't want to work in the daycare, because the daycare, you work long hours and you work every day. They ain't closed. You still working the same work hours as parents work.
Yeah.
And I don't want that for myself. I want to go into the school system. And so I'm excited about that. And like I say, anything we do different is going to come with challenges, but we can make it through the challenge. That's right. I remember when Nemo preached a sermon. Remember when Nemo preached his sermon? I'm built for this.
Yeah. Come on here.
I never forget when he preached that sermon. I'm built for this.
Yeah, that's good.
This. I can do this. I can do all things through Christ. I can do this. I can handle it. And it's all about knowing how to change. And I always say, if you don't teach your kids nothing else, well, you better teach your kids something. You have to teach them how to be all right with change, because the world is always changing. Jobs are always changing. There's always new managers and everything coming in, and you can't get mad and uptight with everybody, because everybody else in the job is getting mad and uptight because it's a new manager and they don't want to. This person ain't gonna come in here and tell me nothing. Well, you ain't the manager.
Ain't that been my journey?
That was your journey. Yeah. It's like you have to know how, if you aren't the manager, you ain't the president or whatever, you got to change. You got to change to them. You got to change what they do. Hey.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Nicole. You got to turn your phone around. Turn your phone around.
Well, hold on. Let me turn it around.
We can't hear you. Click off your YouTube. Click out of your YouTube if you have that up, and just stay on StreamYard.
Put it over there.
There you go. Hi. Click out of your YouTube.
You got a StreamYard and you got a YouTube open. You hear me? Can you hear us?
I think she got a delay.
Do I have both open? No.
You just got.
You only have one.
I have both of them open.
Yeah, close your YouTube. You should just be able to be in StreamYard, if I'm not mistaken. Unless you came from YouTube. Maybe you got to stay in YouTube and close StreamYard.
It's okay.
We can hear you okay.
Wait. Is that better?
Yeah. There you go.
Are we? Well, I closed up. There was 3 of those things open. Oh, keeping up. We got it. We're here.
Yay! That's a win, Nicole. Tech win for Nicole. Woo! Yes. Nicole, I gotta send you a fan. I'm sending you a fan. I'm gonna put it in the mail tomorrow. You put your address. If you go to the private chat, do you see private chat in StreamYard?
Oh my God. Yes, oh my God. What a thing.
Nicole, I'm gonna send you a fan.
I don't have it. What do I? The chat.
It's okay. It's okay. I can connect with you tomorrow. But I just want to get your address so I can mail you out the fan. Cause you've been attending these lives, honey, and you done made it up onto the stage and fixed your tech. Whoop whoop whoop.
Yeah.
You deserve you a fan.
That's a win.
Come on here.
Oh wait, so how do I?
Don't put your address. Don't put your address in the regular chat.
Are we in sync? Are we in sync?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We are in sync. Okay. All right. Good.
Yes, yes.
Did you want to share a win this week that you had? What was the win you had this week?
Oh,
Let us hear your win.
oh my God. What's the thing this week? My husband's watching wrestling. It's quite loud. So I'm going to. Oh, oh no. Are you okay? Because I can go in the bedroom.
It's all right.
It's it's like still laggy. Okay, so what I learned this week is that
I don't know if you pressed the button, but you were fine at first. I don't know if you pressed something when you were walking. Try saying something. Let's see what happens.
I didn't.
There you go. You're okay. You're back.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, yeah. You were telling us
Yeah.
what you learned this week.
Okay, so maybe I need to do it this way.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Okay,
do it this way. There's a little lag, but it's not bad.
No, it's not.
So what I've learned is that DNA doesn't connect you to your family. You gotta love yourself, you know.
She frozen.
Oh, she froze.
Yeah, she was about to talk about her family, but I heard her say you gotta love yourself.
Oh, you froze, Nicole.
I don't even know what's going on.
I can hear her, but she's frozen. We can hear you. Oh, there you go. You're back.
You back?
Am I back?
Yes.
Well, I was just saying that that DNA, your DNA, like your family, you don't need that. Like there's family here in the world for you,
That's right.
that you can work with and
Yes.
so
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
We call them villages. You can create your own village. So it's a lot of us that grew up in dysfunctional families, and we were able to get connected to other people that we weren't related to, but they wind up being closer to us and more safer to us than our families that we were born into. And so sometimes
Yeah.
it's unfortunate but fortunate that you can build your own village if the family you were born into is harmful to you, if you don't feel safe. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can make your own family. You can make your own village.
Oh, yes, not just the positive aspect out of life. I think people don't understand that there's a lot of people in this world that are like, they feel like they're doomed to their own DNA, and it's not the fact.
Mhm.
It's not. You can build your own family. And build and have what you absolutely
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
And there's no shame in it. No shame in that at
Mhm,
all.
mhm.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with that. I mean, because not to put my own stuff out. Well, yeah, I am gonna put it out there, but everybody's knowing it that my family, we're just not. We're
Mm.
we're just not good folks, to each other. So,
Mhm.
but if we building our own family is a different story.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom, she
Mhm.
had her struggles. Father had his struggles.
Mhm.
Um, and siblings continue to have their struggles, and there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I would love to be able to do something about it, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate my YouTube family.
That's right.
You guys have been here and loving and caring and concerned when there is something wrong, and
Yeah.
that means the world. It really
Mm.
does. And I think people don't understand. They want to put
Yeah.
like a bad thing on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because maybe people don't have an actual family, but can, like you said, build one,
Yeah.
you know, and love each other
Mm-hmm.
and respect each other. And
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. You know, I've said it multiple
Yeah.
times in these lives that sometimes many of us who are living in isolation, we're living our own bubble because we don't have people that we can go to that we feel safe around that are in close proximity to us. But here on YouTube and on the social media, a lot of people have built virtual communities. So at first they connected
Yeah.
virtually and then they start meeting up and doing things together and traveling together and celebrating one another. And
Yeah.
so you can truly build your own village of support and your own virtual family, if you will, to feel, to feel supported and loved and encouraged and uplifted.
And that's the thing is
Mm-hmm.
it's a beautiful community because I'll tell you what, Stephanie, you opened my eyes years ago, 7 years ago. I believe that. We're in 2025. Yeah, Steph, you've been here. You know what I mean. You know the stuff you've been through.
Hmm,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's that virtual connection. That spiritual like spiritual connections go beyond
Mm,
family, go
hmm.
beyond our what we can see and what we can understand, go beyond our
Yeah,
states. Yeah.
beyond our human existence. And I think people don't understand that. I think they're just like, oh well, we're stuck at the human existence of color and everything else, but
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
have to get beyond that.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah,
That's
you
how
go
we
beyond.
connect.
Like, I got plenty of sisters.
It's got nothing to do with anything else other than spiritual connection.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yes,
agree 1,000%.
yes,
We definitely got to
mhm,
get beyond this skin color
yes,
thing, Nicole. I agree because it's
yeah,
created. It is a social construct created by humans to keep us separate and to keep us at odds. And so we know that to be true. Is not That's not a fallacy. It's a fact. It's a lot of research and a lot of facts, historical facts out there that proves that that was made up. It's not a thing. Is not a
Yeah,
thing. And it was not meant for us to be put in separate buckets and to be at odds with one another. We are meant to work collaboratively together to build one
yes,
another up and
we better
yes,
together.
improve this earth. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Nobody wins if we're disconnected and separate and at
No,
odds. We got to
and
unify.
here's the thing. We're on one freaking rock, right?
That's
We're on
right.
one planet. And like, can you go somewhere? Can I go somewhere? No. We're supposed to
We
co
here.
inhabit together.
Yeah.
And for these people that are like, no, we're not supposed to be that way, or you know what? It's so wrong in so many ways. And when we try to open up other people to realize what's going on, they want to hate us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to hate us.
Hmm.
You know what? Let them.
There you
I
go.
just know that you know what? If we were to shoot ourselves out in a rocket in outer space, we're gonna look down on this planet that expects us to pay for water, to pay for electricity, to pay for all of these things that was developed over time in the last 100 years. That we should all be sharing, not being nasty and charging, doing the things that we're doing.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%.
That's the way I see it. I think we're all supposed to live in a utopia of unity, but that's the reason there is the war that's going on with God and what we're dealing with today is because you got the one side that says no, we're going to feed you this lie, and then but we know better.
That's right. That's the key.
We know better.
We know better. Yep. And if we know better, we don't fall for the lies. And we continue to work together. Listen, I work with so many people. It's my most favorite part of my job, and not my job, just like anything that I do. Like my job is about purpose. It's about my mission in my life. And I align with people who have similar missions in their life. And the mission is essentially to lift up our fellow men and women, to make sure that we have what we need. Kids and families have the resources and support they need so they can live well and they can thrive while they're here on this earth. And so I work with people across all political party lines. I work with people across all walks of life. So they come from all different type of countries, all different type of upbringings, different socioeconomic statuses. And we link arms collectively and work together to brainstorm and solve the problems that are plaguing our communities. And so when you convene around those problems, your skin tone, your color, your background, that only informs your lens, but it actually helps the conversation. It's not meant to divide us. It's meant to unite us. And we see how much we have in common because the focus is on solving the problem.
Yes. I mean, here's the thing. You and I, we weren't alive 100 years ago.
That's right.
We can't take away what happened, but we can change what happened for the better. And a lot of people see it as it being a way of being submissive. No. All we want is unity. I'm not understanding what the problem is with people.
Yeah.
Everybody does want unity because the government, the people that control stuff, they want us to be divided. That gives them name, it gives them money, it gives them a political boost.
Yeah.
But if we all collectively come together, then we win. We will lose.
We win. Club win.
Fight together.
We win, Nicole. That's right.
We
Fight
win.
together. Fight together.
They don't. We
right.
win. Us people, humanity, we win.
Yes.
But if we let them do what they're doing, we have to fight. And sometimes it means that, we're going to have to get out there and fight.
Yeah.
And bad things are going to happen. Because it happens.
Yeah, you face resistance.
I can't just abandon my husband and be like, you know what, I'm going to go out here. I want to. Believe me. I really just want to get out and fight. But we have to think about this guy. And people have children, their loved ones.
You have to take care of
something to think of.
Yeah.
So it's going to take some time to organize and get things figured out. But in the meantime, let's not try to let them win. Because the more and more we let them feed and allow them to win and divide, it strings us apart, and we can't do that.
I agree 1,000%. And let me just give. Yeah. Let me share a little bit so I can encourage anybody that's listening, yeah, I'm about to close it out, that there are many ways for you to fight that has nothing to do with you being out in the streets and getting yourself into trouble or being in danger.
Please
You
don't
can
do it.
stand up
Yeah.
in your own community, join city councils, join the school boards, inform the work locally, because all of the stuff that happens locally bubble up to the top. It starts locally. So all of us can play our part in our corner of the world. You stay on those phones, calling your elected officials, advocating for the right things for your community. If you need resources, if you know that they're putting things in place that's going to strip your community of the resources that they need, and it's going to harm, even if it doesn't harm you, if it harms someone else, it is on us to stand up for the least of us who might not know their power, who might not know they have a voice and that their voice is valuable. So those of us that have that privilege, we have the access, we have the knowledge and the resources, it's up to us to stand up for folks and bring them along, educate them, teach them what they can do at their level, at their capacity, with what they have in their hand, because all of us have power, all of us have a voice, all of us have some type of access and resources, but sometimes we're so overwhelmed by our day-to-day life we can't see or can handle or hold anything else. And so because people are overwhelmed, they don't have it in them to even make a phone call. They don't have it in them to go to a meeting. So you can do what you can do and then help other people do what they can do. And if we're all doing what each of us can do and we're going in the same direction, we're rowing the boat in the same direction, we'll get there. We'll get there. But the one thing we can't do is just roll over and fuss and complain, but not do anything. So we got to remain uplifted. Try not to get down and out. Even if you have your feelings because our feelings are valid. But then get connected with others who have like-minded thoughts about wanting to solve the problem. When you link arms with people, this also goes to the village conversation, Nicole. When you link arms with other people who are also in the fight with you, the good fight, getting in good trouble together
Yeah.
to improve the state of the world, they hold you up when you feel like you don't have it in you anymore. They pour into you
Yes.
when your cup is empty. So it's important to link
Yes.
arms with other people that's doing great work.
Because it can be very exhausting to
It
try
is.
to it can be very exhausting, and I think we all know too well what that means.
Yeah.
It, I wouldn't it be nice, you know what I'm saying, if we all could come together collectively with nothing else other than just, because if you really want to shoot us out of space and go look at stuff, well, we're on a rock. We're all here. We don't have an alternative motive. I mean, like, we don't have anywhere else to go to. We all are here. Why can't we love each other? Why can't we why can't we why can't we be each other's caregivers and take care of each other? Why can't we do good with one another? Why does it have to be the way, you know what I mean? Like, why?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I would love nothing more than us to live in a world where we can all just love each other, take care of each other, you know. Why? I don't understand. It's a very
Yeah.
sad situation. But
Yeah.
you know what? There's
Hi,
people
Candy
that are
K.
like-minded like us that want to, and so we're gonna do it. We're gonna do what we can, right?
That's right. That's right. Hey,
We're
Candy
just
K.
gonna,
Welcome. Welcome. Happy Friday. Welcome to Club Win. We're actually about to close out. We're about to close out so this week, but we'll definitely give you a moment if you want to join the stage or share in the chat. This week we were talking
yes.
about
I
our
I
wins.
wanna. I'll listen. I
Okay. I appreciate you, Nicole. I appreciate you.
thank you guys so much. I love you both. You guys are just precious. All right, I'm gonna
Aw.
listen. I'm gonna still watch though.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thanks. I'm gonna leave, but I'm gonna watch. Okay.
All right. I
All right,
appreciate
love
you,
you.
Nicole. Enjoy the day. So today our focus was on highlighting our wins, and sharing how we have pushed through our doubts and our fears to get to that other side. So celebrating ourselves in the midst of our doubt and fears. That's what we've been talking about today, Kendi K. So if there's anything, if you wanted to hop on the stage really quick, or you wanted to put in the chat, if you had any wins this week you want to highlight, any ways that you've overcome some doubts and fears and pushed through and got to that other side, we would definitely love to hear from you. Let's see. Oh, she said, let me run your chat up real quick. Love that. Love that. So I know, ciao. I just got a bubble bath. Come on here, bubble bath. I'm putting that on the screen because I'm all about a good bath. Not Fred. I just got the bubble bath, not Fred.
I just I can't.
And look, I just learned how to do this accidentally. So I've been watching many YouTube podcasters over the years, and I used to do StreamYard wellness education sessions using StreamYard, and I honestly forgot about doing it, and I did it by accident, like being able to put the words on the screen, because my other YouTubers and podcasters do that. They pull it from the comments and highlight the comments on the stage. And I didn't think about doing it until I did it by accident. I was like, oh yeah, that is the part of StreamYard. That's a cool part of StreamYard where you can highlight the comments. She said Fred is a typo. That's okay. I figured. I figured. I love it though. I can say a win is that I went and bought a lawnmower so that I could have weekly exercise cutting my grass. That is what we call adulting, Kendi K. Adulting, okay? How they say adulting is ridiculous. Adulting can be ridiculous. The fact that our workouts got to come by way of mowing the lawn be wild, because as you get older and you have more responsibilities, you don't have as much time as you used to just go to the gym and be there all day. But that is a win, because doing yard work is a major calorie carb burner. Okay, I used to use this app called My Fitness app. I used to use My Fitness app, and on that app they would have you would select the kind of workouts you did, and gardening work will often have a lot of high calories burned. And so listen, yes, especially if you live somewhere where it's hot, you burning the double the calories. She put, right, I did a live stream yard last week and completely forgot to put the comments on the screen until like the last 5 minutes of my life. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah, it was a full body workout for sure. I still have to go back tomorrow and edge things out. Listen, because doing yard work is no joke. It do be like your whole weekend for real, and you do have to break it up because it is a lot tending to a yard, especially if you care about the appearance of your yard. That's what I don't miss about having a house. Like I'm in the process of getting a house again, but somebody else gonna be doing my yard work, honey. Mm-mm. And if I do it because I want to relax and just be in the grass, take my shoes off, have my feet in the grass, play around in some dirt, and do my garden. But the responsibility of taking care of your yard and using every Saturday morning, having to do that yard work, I haven't done that in years, so I'm going to do it though. Y'all were getting ready to close, so thank you. I wanted to show support. We appreciate you, but I'll talk about some yard work with you in a minute. I sure would. Thank you. Thank you for coming on and bringing some laughs at the tail end. We appreciate you. So we'll be back. It's every Friday. We get together. We highlight our wins from the week. We celebrate one another, uplift one another, encourage and pour into one another because we need it. Some of us we don't have a circle. Some of us are in isolation. Some of us have very small circles, or the folks in our circle are at their capacity. And so sometimes it's important for us to connect with people across the globe virtually. That's the coolest thing about technology. It's a lot of education, access, resources out here. So we do not have to struggle alone. We do not have to figure things out alone. And we can achieve anything that we want to because we have way more access and resources than ever before in the history of the humankind. So tap into it. Remember, it's okay to have doubts. It's okay to have fears, but work through those doubts and fears by doing it anyway. Do it scared, do it afraid, do it with doubts. Tell your mind, I hear you, I got it, but we doing it anyway. I get it, I know you scared, but you better buckle up because we're going anyway. We're going to the next level, and I'm not going to let you keep me stagnant. So put your seatbelt on, okay, brain, and pipe down because we're pushing through. You're going to be okay. We're not staying stagnant anymore. You're not keeping me stuck. This is not what God has for me. This is what I needed to be in survival mode, but now it's time for me to thrive. So let's go. Let's go. We going. So get ready, okay? Yes, 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 yes. All right, now, I hope y'all have an amazing evening, amazing weekend. This was such a great live. I appreciate all of you all who joined us, who got on the stage to share your wins. Don't forget to bring your fans or your confetti cannons every Friday at Club Win. We celebrate one another. We sing, we laugh, we dance, we love on one another. We hug each other virtually, and we uplift one another and pour into each other cups so we can go back at it the next week, our next week, and our next week, and our next day. And we just continue to grow with one another, okay? All right. Yes, fans. Yes, fans. I got to buy some more so we can have some great ones to give out as more giveaways. Nicole, I'll reach out to you so I can send you your
What's up,
Kay? I'll send you your
I'm sorry,
Nicole.
y'all. I had to write some stuff down.
Yes, yes, yes.
What's up, Kay?
All right.
Thanks for coming. Enjoy y'all.
Okay. Well, if nothing else, continue to have a great time with your lawnmower. You're working out, doing your yard work, Kendi K. And hope to see you next week. Let us know. Drop it in the chat so folks can see it on the playback. If you have anything going on that you want us to tune into, so we can support you too in these YouTube streets. I'll send you your fan, Nicole. I'll connect so I can get your address. But yeah, Kendi K, drop it in the chat. If you have something going on, we can tune into your stuff and support it as well. All right. Until next time, y'all. I said this was going to be a short live, and look, we still at 2 hours and 11 minutes. It don't be feeling like it once we get going, but when I first start, I'd be like, oh,
I know, girl.
I
Listen, that girl,
here.
Michelle don't want to let go.
Listen, I just be going with the flow. If people need to release, people need to release. Okay.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
But yes.
I get it, honey. I'm just sitting over here starving. That's all. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing but starving. I can miss a meal.
It is like, I'm about to have a conversation with my mama live, y'all. It is 8:46 at night. What is happening? It's too
because when you go on, I didn't have any food prepared this time. Usually I have sometimes I had something prepared or I be done already ate, but I was busy today. And when the kids left, I was so tired. I just didn't feel like having nothing prepared. But I don't care what time it is, honey. I got to eat because I'm starving. I just can't even go to sleep like this. I can't even go to sleep this hungry. I feel my back.
Oh, go eat. Eat.
All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here. All I'm gonna do is go make me some cucumbers and some. I'm gonna chop up some cucumbers, apples, and some celery, and put some salad dressing over it.
Okay, excellent. One thing I pull here, and I did not show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all really quick before we get off. Is melted because I had it here to give y'all a demonstration, an example of some snacks that I eat that are low carb. Because I'm living that low carb life again. Although it's not perfect, I still have my days, but I'm not letting food consume me anymore or beat myself up. So I'm just making small changes, going in a direction where I'm doing lower and lower carb. My goal is 75 grams of carbs a day. I'm still doing the 75 soft challenge. So moving my body daily, trying to stay underneath 75 grams of carbs. I've been reading more scripture, having my time with God, uplifting myself, taking care of my mental health, getting some rest, doing all the things. And so these are some ice creams that I've gotten. Halo Top was the first one that came out years ago, 2015, when I first did keto. And they were the only ones that had, I got water on my, not on my keyboard. They the first ones that had low carb ice cream. Now this one is lower than usual. It's lower than usual, but not super low. So the carbs, if I subtract it, that's like 18, 11. It's like 11 grams of carb for the, I want to say for the container, either per serving. Oh, per serving. So 2/3 of a cup. And then this one is only 2 grams of carb per cup. Now, I told you I'm a recovering binge eater, okay? And so what I would normally do is get Ben and Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream and get Ben & Jerry's, I forgot the other one. Sometimes it was Chubby Hubby and sometimes another one. But I like to mix my ice creams. I love Cherry Garcia is my favorite. So the chocolate and cherry, but then also something with a brownie caramel situation. So I was still able to enjoy a weekend dessert, but it's lower carb. So because it's lower carb, my insulin won't spike. My the blood sugar will rise at a steady rate, and it will not stick on me as fat. It will continue to burn as I continue to do strength training and all of that. So that's a low carb option if you want ice cream. I got them from Wally World. They're super affordable. And then these are Quest cookies. So Quest is my go-to low carb snack. You can get them near any pharmacy area or where you see the vitamins and stuff at any store you go to, whether it's Walmart, Target, any drugstore, anything. Go to where they keep the vitamins. In that section by where they keep the vitamins, in that same aisle, I have not seen a store who the makeup is not the same. It's the same layout at every different store chain. It is where the vitamins are. You will find a whole host of products that are low carb, low calorie, high protein, healthy fat of your favorite things. So all different type of cookies, snickerdoodles, whatever. M&Ms. I love when I go to the movies, I get M&Ms and popcorn. They have low carb M&Ms there. They got low carb Reese's, low carb version of Snickers is way more than just protein bars. So if you are somebody who's been addicted to candy and all of that and cookies and ice cream, go find your low carb options because you get to continue to enjoy what you like as you transition over to healthier options and have healthier behaviors. And you won't beat yourself up, and then you won't throw your hands up in the air like, it is too much. I can't stick to it because I want what I want. You can still have what you want, but just get the lower carb option, okay? It tastes really great. It tastes really great. It tastes really great, okay? And I had all three. And all three was still less carb than 1 pint of Cherry Garcia ice cream. Now, I didn't eat it all. I ate like half of this, half of that, and then one of these cookies. But it's less carb than if I was to just get this one size of Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream. So I was full, but I'm not stuffed, and my blood sugar level hasn't risen at a spiked rate. And when I get on that scale in the morning, I'm going to be straight, okay? Because I chose low carb. So I'll share that periodically with y'all week to week, some different options for you all to choose from, just so you can know what's out there. Because sometimes we just don't know what we don't know until we need to know it, okay? So with that being said, thank y'all for joining Club Win this week. I appreciate you all. Mine, go get some food because I know you said your stomach is touching your back. I can see your energy levels is going like this. You are over it. Go get you some eats. I will see you tomorrow so we can do a deep dive into cluttering, honey. Have a good night, y'all.
Yes.
Thank y'all for tuning in to Club Win.
Bye.
Bye. See y'all next Friday.
Bye.